Let's get ready to snuggle. Hi there. I'm Julie Turner, julieturner.ca. And you'll have to excuse me. I am always really excited about fall. You can't really tell from my background. It looks more like spring behind me. However, I am always super excited about fall. Now, I'm not going to talk about my wants and needs and all that kind of stuff too much, but I probably will get into that a little bit because that's just who I am. However, what I'm going to talk to you guys about today is things that are new and up and coming. I'm going to talk to you about your September forecast. So, what to expect in September and how to maybe best prepare for it. And I'm also going to talk to you about some random musings because that's fun for me as well. All right. So, as I said, I love fall. Like I love fall so very much. September, October are without question my favorite months. I have no interest in wearing shorts and a tank top anywhere I go. And I also don't like being too hot. I don't like being cold either. So fall's kind of like really delightful for me. I'm just saying. This September, I just want you to know from a numerology standpoint, you need to put your seatbelt and possibly your helmet on because things are going to be shaken up. Now, for me, that's another thing that's exciting. For some of you, you might have wide eyes right now staring at the screen. Either way, it's still going to happen, but you can be prepared for it. You can be accepting of it. You can be excited about it, or you can have fear. So let's go with the excited, shall we? So, number 5. The number 5 is the number of the visionary, the number of the challenger, and the number for change. Now, this whole year, 2021, is a number 5 year in numerology. And from what I've just said, you're probably like, yep, that sounds about right. So this month of September is a number 5 month in a number 5 year. So get ready for some changes. Now, what is likely to happen is that you are going to be confronted with things that you have to give up or that you have to add to your life that you were not prepared for. And you're like, but I don't want to change this behavior or this habit or this location or this thought process. I just don't want to. But it's going to be essential that you do. So you can be prepared for it. You can be ready for it. You can be open to it, or you can fight it tooth and nail. What sounds more sensible? Now, what you cannot do is stop anything from changing because it is imminent. We need changes. We do as a society, as individuals, we need changes. But here's what most often happens, especially as an individual. We are like, okay, life is not what I expected. Life is not ideal, whatever you want to say. So you read a book and you're like, wow, that was phenomenal. Made me realize so many things about myself. I'm so excited. I've got all this information now. And then you toddle off to do the same behaviors in the same place, in the same ways that you always did. So are you actually implementing change, or are you just reading about it, thinking about it, having theories around it, but not actually implementing it? So the month of September this year, September 2021, is going to be the month that you, yes, you, are going to implement these amazing changes so you can have what you want in life. See, all too often we look at what we're giving up. We don't look at the flip side of what we're getting. Humans seem to like to collect things. We're hunter-gatherers and we get things and we want to keep up. I just want to keep it all. But the fact is that it's not all meant for us long-term. Some of it's not meant for us at all. But we do like having and holding and storing and building. But sometimes we need to give things up to get to that next step, to get to that true fulfillment in life. Honestly, I think giving up a lot of things would lead us quicker to fulfillment in our lives than continuing to collect things. But that's an opinion, not a fact. It's my opinion. So what I like to do in my life, I like to clear the clutter. I like to clear the clutter in a physical way, in an emotional way, in a relationship way. My nose is itchy. So that is something obviously I'm ready and willing to embrace, and you might not be. And this is your journey. So it's just a suggestion. Take it if you choose. All right. So I'm going to do some cards on what we as the ones watching this, I was going to say the collective, as society, whatever, but everybody who's watching this, what we need to be aware of moving through the month of September. I'm going to do that in a second. But before I do, I want you to sincerely think about two things: going to julieturner.ca and taking a look at my website and seeing what I offer. Very recently, I realized, now I've always realized that it would be my dream to help people live from a state of prevention instead of live in a state of crisis. I would love to be able to do that. And in many ways in my life, I've helped people do that. But what I would love to do more than I can possibly tell you is start that earlier. Whether I work with you because you're a parent, or whether I actually work with your children, I'm actually going to, I keep saying actually, I'm going to offer a reduced rate on readings and sessions for children. Now, I know what you're thinking. You're like, children do readings? Like, why would you do a child's reading? But here's the thing. More often than not, parents don't feel like they know what the heck is going on with their kid, especially at certain ages. But once a child is able to move around the world and navigate this earth more or less on their own, they don't need their parent to carry them anymore. They can walk. They don't need their parent to speak for them because they can speak. After that, parents start to kind of feel like they're losing the grip on who this child is and what they really want. And sometimes your child can be upset or seem inconsolable and you don't know why, and you want to dig. Well, imagine this. They come to me, whether it's via Zoom or in person, and I do cards for them. But I not only read the cards for them, I ask them to read the cards. So I'm getting their thought processes and their opinions. And just like an adult, it opens up a conversation that would never have been opened before. And they don't feel like they're being asked questions about themselves. They're seeing something in the cards, and I get to know a lot about them that way. Now, if you want to be there with your child, that's fine. If you don't want to be there with your child, obviously there's a waiver to be signed, but you're more than welcome to be there with your child, whatever works for you. I just love the idea of being able to help parents and children communicate so that they can both have the best experience possible in that situation. All right, so that's something new that I'm going to be offering. The other thing is fantasticlife.io, the world's first hormone balancing nutrition generator. So you get a nutrition plan that is specific to you because you filled out 74 questions, and they're really quick. Don't be daunted by the 74 questions. They go by really, really quick. But then you get a nutrition plan. And this is not about, withholding things from you. There is a lot of different foods. I think we give 160 choices on every, I think that's the number, on every different plan. So it's not like we're telling you, eat these 5 foods for the next 3 years and you'll be fine. We're giving you a lot of options. And if you work with me and Fantastic Life together, then I can actually help you even more so. So that's fantasticlife.io. You can go do that on your own if you choose. All right, so it's time for some cards. What do we need to be aware of in the month of September? Hopefully I didn't lose you ranting about my other stuff. So what do you need to be aware of in the month of September? Let's see. What do we all, what we all need to be aware of in the month of September is, drum roll, please. Let's grab all these cards, get back up on my perch because that's fun for me. Get back in front of my flowers because I think my flowers are lovely. Can you see my flowers? I was out for a walk with my good friend Monica, and I saw this. It was like a bush, So it's quite large. And these flowers were just phenomenal. And it's like, those aren't buds, those little berry looking things. They're not buds. They're tiny, tiny little flowers. And it's almost like there's two different plants that have been hybrid together. If anybody knows what they're looking at right now, anybody knows what this plant is, please let me know, because I think it's lovely and I could probably Google it, but it's fun for me to ask you guys questions and hope that you will actually answer me. So please do. All right. So the first card that came up is Leap of Faith. Well, it's the Fool, but it's Leap of Faith. So let's see if I can get that so you guys can see it a little bit better. So funny. I love this Zoom screen. I'm being facetious, not loving it right now. So what you can tell with this card is she's just strolling along and she's actually like totally comfortable and happy and wonderful. And she's having a lovely day. There's an abyss underneath this, but there's this just a tiny little break. All she can see is a tiny little break in the earth. And then she can hop across that to go to more sand and earth. She doesn't even know there's an abyss. She's blissfully unaware. She doesn't know what she doesn't know. And sometimes I wonder if that's not a good place to be. So when it comes, tie that into the change thing, tie it into the change. Don't worry about the things that you don't know. Sometimes we research or analyze the heck out of every decision we make, and it's just not helpful. We need to just move forward. The month of September is just about taking that leap, just stepping into it. Just go, just do. Leap of faith. All right. The next one is the Two of Voices. Some of you, if not all of you, it's almost like we're working backwards here. It's time for change. Take a leap of faith. This card is you are torn. Which direction do I go? I don't know which direction to go, but you do know which direction to go. The problem is that you've allowed your brain to talk you out of what you first felt you should do. We need our brains so we don't fall off the face of the earth. We do need some logic. But when our brain is in direct contradiction to what we originally felt, sometimes it's time to tell our brain, thank you, but no thank you. I'm going to take a leap of faith this time. All right. Yeah, I really feel like we totally worked backwards because now we've got the Hermit card. And the Hermit is like, I'd rather just kind of sit here and have theories and not really take part. But it's time to move forward from that. It's time to take that leap of faith. I know that you think you're torn, but you're not really torn. Your mind has just talked you out of what you actually originally wanted. So take that leap of faith and go with your gut. So some guidance around that. Guidance around going with your gut and just taking a leap of faith and stepping forward, detaching. Sometimes we don't have to make decisions, just by the way. Sometimes we don't have to decide one or the other. Sometimes there's something in the middle, or sometimes there's something totally different and we're torn. We're sitting there like tearing our hair out, quite literally, because we don't know which way to go. But we're literally like just looking at two options instead of looking at every option. And I know that's kind of sounds overwhelming, but sometimes if we just like stop for a minute and turn and look behind us, we can see what we didn't see when we were walking towards it. Now it's behind us, we can see it. Hopefully that makes sense. Random. Sometimes I feel like I say the most random things and I don't know where they come from, but they, to me anyways, I'm like, wow, that makes sense. However, to you, it might not. I'm not saying I'm brilliant, except I think I'm brilliant some days. Sorry, that's kind of funny, being facetious. All right. The Lady of the Gift. So something that some of you might need to change, might need to do, or maybe this is your support. This is a guidance card. So maybe this is your support. So the Lady of the Gift comes to you when you're maybe giving everything. Like you're giving everything and you're not keeping enough for yourself. So to do these things that I suggested, take the leap of faith and stop being torn. And what was the last one? Stop being torn. And oh yeah, and actually like step out of your shell. Maybe it would help you if you knew that you had this little a portion that was held back. Like, don't give it all away. Keep a portion of your energy, keep a portion of your money, keep a portion of your sanity, keep a portion of everything kind of locked away, hidden even from you, so that you don't feel like you're going to be left with nothing at the end of the day. Hopefully that helps. I feel like it's going to help some of you. All right, so that's September 2021. Be excited, but get ready because things are going to change. And that's exciting. All right, we'll see you for another monthly reading in about a month. All right, take care now and have a fabulous day.